So here we are again. We're playing with making balsa wood strong. Remove a few pieces of detritus here. Okay, so this one got a little bit of spray shellac on it first, and then got soaked in my homemade shellac, the good stuff. That's kind of golden red with AUPT in it. And I tried to apply it everywhere. I don't know that I did that very well because I was just kind of dunking it. Um, and I probably should have just soaked it. But be that as it may be, this is an experiment. See, because balsa wood, you know what balsa wood's like. It just splinters and it's very easy to destroy. So um, when you put a little bit of shellac on it like this, it doesn't weigh anything at all. It doesn't add anything to the weight, but this becomes a little bit less brittle. It's still brittle and it will break, but like when you throw your model airplane, it doesn't just splinter. And if you soak it pretty good, that's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. And then your model doesn't, come apart. Okay, so the other way to fix it, for sure, so it won't ever come unglued, if you want like a permanent airplane, you take some coffee filters. See, these kind of coffee filters. And then lay your piece of balsa wood on top of one, and lay the other one on top of that, and pour the shellac on, and let it sit for a while so that it all soaks in. And I don't think I let this sit long enough. I need a bowl, not a plate, maybe. But anyway, at this point in time, I can trim that really easily. Watch, hang on. Okay, so I trimmed that, and when you have the shellac on the paper, all of a sudden it gets real cooperative and acts like something structural because it turns into a biological plastic that doesn't want to come unglued. And what we've done is I can cut this right down, with X-Acto knives, right down to the size of this piece of balsa wood for my model airplane, and trim this, so that it's just the exact size of that piece of balsa wood. But instead of having a brittle piece of wood, it's got biological plastic on either side of it that holds it and strengthens it, because this paper is fibers that are connected from that side to this side, and they don't want to stretch. They don't want to bend, and I can put, more than one layer of shellac on there, and you can make it all kinds of cool colors. This is garnet red with AUPT. AUPT gives it the way cool gold color, because it is gold, right? I can't help it. And platinum. which is even better. But this color is permanent. It's not gonna come off like the stain on my table, even with all the dust. And that was my dining room table. Um, anyway, what we have now is a piece of biological plastic with the structural integrity of plastic. But the lightness, I don't know if you've noticed, but plastic is not really that light compared to, say, balsa wood. Balsa wood's just about the lightest thing there is. These trees, they get really big, like 40 meters tall. Big trees, 20 meters tall. Big trees, and they're big and fat. And they grow in a couple of years. They grow like in places where weeds and empty lots. In places like Mexico, where there's tropical weather, and they grow like mad. They grow like weeds, literally. And at this point in time, most of the balsa wood comes out of, I think, Ecuador. Um, and this turns it into a biological plastic that has longevity. Okay, looks cool, pretty, and you can make it look better. Really, I didn't do a good job. Um, it's a proof of concept, and that was the first coat. I need to get some more on here and make sure that it's firmly attached to the wood. And the AUPT dries and creates double covalent bonds across the plastic. I have a piece that I made out of a looks like a joint, but it's not. I made this out of silk and hemp rope. Okay, you can see the rope in there, kind of. And then I wrapped some hemp twine around here, like kind of this little handle. But what I was trying to do was put it in my test tube lamp thing that I've got over here. Boom, boom, boom. Got a test tube in it, and I put the wick in there. And it wouldn't light, and so I turned it around, put this end down in the oil overnight, brought it back out, and it was thoroughly saturated. The little test tube fills up with oil. I've got a hole in the bottom of it, and so it sits down in the oil, but it gives the wick a way of getting up over the lip of the jar. And it works fine, except this one, I got the silk part down here to burn a little bit, but once it got to the AUPT glue and the hemp rope that was soaked in AUPT glue, it didn't burn. Went out. And I've tried to light it and tried to light it, and even soaked in oil, wouldn't burn. And that's what I'm going to make my airplanes out of.